is from promise to presence. Every one of us, at one point or the other, we have been made promises. We have received prophecies that hanged and stayed around us as a promise. So we looked up to God for this promise to find fulfillment. And from that day that man was made, in chapter 1, in chapter 1, man was created in chapter 1 of Genesis, verse 27, Genesis 1:27. And man was created in Genesis 2, verse 7 and 8. I don't want to explain the difference between the created man and the formed man. The created man is the originality of man in its full potential. He didn't have flesh, he didn't have blood. He operated in the class of God. Let us make man in our own image. Let them have dominion over everything that creepeth upon the earth, fly in the air, and swim in the sea. That was an idea embedded in verse 26. God was speaking to himself. Let us. Probably the three person in the Godhead was there. Because us is plural. Means more than one individual. So Elohim was consulting with the fullness of the Godhead, the Spirit, the Son, and himself, the Father. Let us make man in our own image, and let them have dominion over the three spheres of life: the air, the land, and the waters. And verse 28 of Genesis 1, he says, and God created them, male and female, made he them. But in Genesis chapter 2, verse 7 and 8, he said, and God made man. So he created man, and now he made man. In other words, he gathered some clay and took the created man and put him inside the clay, so that the created man became a living soul with flesh and blood. Human being. Humus being. Clay being. Being means spirits. So the spirit that was created in Genesis 1 now have body, because it has to be able to touch things. Spirit cannot touch things. Have you ever seen those movies? Ghost. Have you seen a movie called Ghost? Where spirit walk through walls. They can't touch things. They can't move things, because they do not have a tangible body that can relate. So God wanted the man to have dominion over the earth, meaning he has to live on the earth. So God had to transform the man and give him a body so that he can relate to the physical world. And that's the original plan. But in chapter 3, Satan came in the form of snake and messed up God's plan. How did he mess it up? He deceived him and made him to disobey God instruction, to break the law. And God puts a sanction that the day this law is broken, you will die. Satan told him, you will not surely die.